What if I told you that the shiny new car sitting in your driveway might be the exact reason your bank account hits zero every single month? Seriously, if you don't know exactly where your money is going, you could easily be losing 20% of your income to just bad financial habits without even realizing it. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're confronting a pretty harsh reality about our money, but more importantly, we're going to look at how to fix it using incredibly simple, proven methods. Look, the data on this is actually wild. Our sources show a staggering 80% of Americans are currently living paycheck to paycheck. 80%. That means the vast majority of people are trapped in this cycle of constant financial anxiety, just relying on credit cards and debt to cover basic everyday emergencies. It's a super stressful way to live, but honestly, it doesn't have to be a reality. So today, we're tearing down the psychology of consumer spending. We are giving you a step-by-step blueprint pulled straight from our source material to help you finally take back control of your money, stop the overspending, and actually start building real wealth. Here's our game plan for today. First, the savings mindset. Second, the $1,000 emergency challenge. Third, the 7-step plan. Fourth, mastering the envelope system. And finally, some real debt survival stories. All right, part 1, the savings mindset. It all starts right here in your head. You have to shift from a consumer mindset to a savings mindset, because the research we're looking at highlights that a lack of self-control is what directly leads to overspending. To combat this, you need what's called a zero-based budget. Don't let the term scare you. It just means your income minus your expenses equals exactly zero. You're basically giving every single dollar a specific job before the month even starts, and the data proves this works. People using this method pay off 19% more debt and save 18% more money, literally just by having a written plan. And here's the coolest part. This totally reframes how we look at money management. So many people think a budget is this restrictive straitjacket that ruins all your fun, but it actually gives you permission to spend. When the money is already planned for, you can go out and spend it completely guilt-free. Moving on to part 2, the $1,000 emergency challenge. Let's look at the very first practical challenge to protect your new budget from just falling apart. Because let's face it, life happens, right? Cars break down, the fridge dies. The crucial point here is getting a $1,000 starter emergency fund into the bank as fast as humanly possible. Sell some stuff, take on an extra shift, do whatever it takes. This becomes your financial shock absorber, so you can cover those minor disasters with actual cash instead of swiping a credit card. Okay, part 3, the 7-step plan. Once you've got that initial $1,000 sitting safely in the bank, you're ready for this proven roadmap detailed in our sources. We just talked about step 1. Step 2 is aggressively attacking your debt using the Debt Snowball method. You list your debts from smallest to largest and crush the smallest one first to get that quick psychological win. Step 3 is building a huge safety net, 3 to 6 months of expenses. Only after that do you move to step 4, investing 15% of your income, and step 5, saving for the kids' college. And then we hit the ultimate goals of this whole journey. Step 6 is paying off your house completely. Just imagine that, 0 mortgage. And step 7 is building wealth so you can give incredibly generously. The source material loves to emphasize this. If you live like no one else right now, later on, you get to live and give like no one else. Which brings us to part 4, mastering the envelope system. To actually pull this massive plan off day to day, you need a highly disciplined tool. You can't just cross your fingers and hope you spend less. The envelope system is incredibly simple but so powerful. You divide your budget categories, like groceries or clothes, into actual physical paper envelopes and put the exact cash amount inside. Psychology shows we feel actual physical pain when handing over tangible cash. And the best part? When that envelope is empty, boom, your spending stops completely until next month. No exceptions. Now, I know what you're thinking. Can't I just use an app? Well, our sources do compare physical cash to digital alternatives. If you really want modern convenience, digital envelopes and budgeting apps will automatically track things for you. But physical cash, it provides absolute privacy, totally prevents you from overdrawing, and forces strict discipline because you literally cannot just transfer funds with the tap of a screen. Let's dive into Part 5, Real Debt Survival Stories. We need to look at the proof. We have some incredible, dramatic stories from our Arabic source material about individuals who hit absolute rock bottom and fought their way out. Take Anna, for example. She was 31 and constantly overdrawing her account, just buying whatever felt good in the moment. Realizing she was spiraling, she committed to a strict necessities-only year. She went extreme. She literally dyed her faded clothes black to make them look new so she wouldn't buy more. And you know what? By doing that, she saved around 6,000 dirhams and paid off nearly $5,000 in credit card debt. Then there's 32-year-old Lance and his wife. They were drowning under a $150,000 mortgage, plus 26 grand in student and car loans. They were so sick of seeing their account hit zero. So they made a dream board to delay gratification. If they wanted something, it went on the board to wait until they were debt-free. They also slashed a $200 a month restaurant habit just by hosting their friends at home instead. And finally, we have Jamie. Get this. At 28, she was pregnant, wanting to leave her job, but she and her husband were suffocating under $70,000 of debt. Instead of giving up, they went nuclear. They immediately sold their car to wipe out $19,000 of debt in one day. They picked up side hustles, and they survived on a super strict $300 monthly grocery budget. Talk about discipline. These real-world stories perfectly embody this timeless piece of wisdom. The wise man saves for the future, but the foolish man spends whatever he gets. It proves that financial discipline might honestly sting a bit right now, whether that's selling a car or dyeing your old clothes, but it produces an incredible sense of peace and stability later on. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with this one hard-hitting question. If you genuinely want to win with money and escape that brutal paycheck-to-paycheck trap, you can't keep doing what you've always done. So what specific expense are you going to cut today to start your own journey to freedom?